Hi everyone and welcome back to Basketball Breaks, and today Brickset released an article today with the brand new images of the new upcoming advent calendar for LEGO Star Wars. So we're going to talk about this today, and I'm sure we all know advent calendars have not been that great recently. I'm sure that is an opinion most, if not all of you share. They haven't been that good. Well, they haven't been awful, but they've not been nearly as great as the old ones have. But specifically in terms of the exclusive minifigures, that's been people's main complaint. In this one, we get quite a couple of bad things, what I would consider to be downhills. Now, let's just start off with the builds. We get the return of the weapon racks, but we get 3 of them. Personally, I only think one of them is truly necessary, and that's the one with the Mandalorians and I believe IG-88's rifles. The other 2 aren't really needed, but it's nice that this trend is coming back. And honestly, I like some of these builds. The Slave one looks awesome. The Razor Crest is great. The TIE Fighter looks awesome. The X-Wing, we didn't need another one of those. But the TIE Fighter looks great. I actually really like that. We get a couple of, I think there's some cannon for a for the Scout Trooper or Stormtrooper that shoots out snowballs, and one for the Tusken Raider, and even some little targets to shoot at. Now there are 24 things in here, by the way. 24 of them, and there's even a light cruiser. There's a mini version of the boat that the Mandalorian and Cara Dune, Grief Karga, all of them in season 1 with the astromech droid with a long stick over the lava. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There's a little speeder bike for the Scout Trooper, which I like. That's good. Minifigures is by far the most disappointing part. Here are the minifigures. We get, first of all, it takes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 days before you get a minifigure. You have an Imperial Stormtrooper. We need one of those, and one which is good. Tusken Raider, Scout Trooper, a exclusive Mandalorian minifigure. Then we get an Imperial Interrogation Droid, I believe IG-11, then Christmas Grogu, and that's all. So, I feel like not only is there a little bit less than there normally is, but also they're way too specific. The problem with this advent calendar is that these are not, most of the minifigures in here are either boring. Well, you need some sort of maximal minifigure, but there's too many. Like the Stormtroopers, Tusken Raider, Scout Trooper, and Imperial Interrogation Droid, there should only be one of those 4. The rest should be characters, I believe, or at least some sort of other minifigure. This is all Mandalorian related, and that's not good because it makes it boring. When you go to an advent calendar, it's great because you get all these different things from all different timelines. One of the main complaints that I feel with advent calendars is that there hasn't been enough of Clone Wars style things. All we're getting here is Mandalorian related stuff. I don't know if there's ever been an advent calendar that has leaned so much to this side. All of this is Mandalorian related, and personally, if you ask me, that's not good. Because once again, the builds are good, but the minifigures suffer so heavily, and LEGO could have fixed this. They could have put in some cool minifigures in here. One of the cool things about advent calendars is that generally there'd be at least one minifigure. That's very cool to get at least one. Generally there's a couple. I believe in the 2019 one, we got, or am I thinking 2020? Alright, I believe in the most recent one you got, a cloud car driver, and I think an exclusive Luke Skywalker. Wasn't Christmas related, but still cool. Little things like that. That cloud car driver was cool because that was a very expensive set, that Cloud City set, so bringing him in an advent calendar was perfect. And things like that, or the Sith Trooper in there. So there is not even a battle droid in this. I cannot believe I'd ever be mad about not including a battle droid. At least we have a battle droid-like figure in IG-11, but it's just not a great battle. battle pack. Excuse me, not a great advent calendar. Plus, the Tusken Raider. We've gotten a lot of those recently. So, honestly, if you ask me, we should keep Grogu, Mando, IG-11, and Scout Trooper. Take away all the rest. Give us new figures. Maybe add one or two. Some of these builds can be taken away. Honestly, the 2 targets for the cannons, we don't need those. But there are a couple of good things here that I can talk about. So this is interesting because these are better Christmas minifigures. They're not as good as the old ones. I want to say that, but they're still good. They're much better than we gotten before. Because before we got I think the Christmas the Darth Vader with the sweater and Poe Dameron, which were alright. Before that, we just got a Christmas Porg and Gonk droid, which just disappointing because they're just brick built things. Here we get a Mandalorian Din Djarin. He has arm printing. I wonder if that's the very first Advent Calendar exclusive to have arm printing. I wonder if the Advent Calendar minifigure have ever had arm printing, actually. So that's a plus. He looks like a cool minifigure, probably just a black head as a scarf. I can't tell from these images exactly. It seems like that he has some dark red. Because the image I'm mostly looking at is just everything, the one you'll probably be seeing a lot here. But he also has a scarf, probably some other little details. Grogu is the return of a proper Santa minifigure. Or is maybe Santa. So, that's just good. Now, the final thing is, I wonder if Grogu's going to come with his pod, or is the pod going to be a separate day? I'm just wondering. Also comes with a pack for the Mandalorian to carry Grogu. It's nice that we get the pod and the pack. The pod looks very easy to customize. Looks like there's only 3 red bricks in it, so yeah. You know, the only good things here are a lot of the builds once again are really good. 4 of the minifigures. The others need to get out. Yeah, this is just a disappointing advent calendar, but you know, I probably still end up picking this up at some point. But yet everyone, that is probably gonna do it for today's video. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this down below. I'm really curious to see what you all think about this, and I do hope to see you in my next video.